friends. So I wanted to share with you guys something I experienced about 2 weekends ago. It was Bufo alvarius, which is also called 5-MeO-DMT. What it is essentially is it is something you smoke. It is from the venom of a Sonoran desert toad, and it's used in a way where you do smoke it, and I smoked it with a practitioner. So I had somebody that I really trust who has been serving Bufo to people for the last 2 years and has served, I think she said, over 1,500 people the medicine. I had her serve it to me with a couple of other people in a really beautiful setting outside. It was done very intentionally. And I know some people are listening to this and thinking, oh, so you smoked toad venom? Okay. Well, let me tell you what. I don't know how somebody ever discovered that you could even do this, but it was probably one of the most beautiful experiences I've ever had. My friend Keely, who was the one who administered the 5-MeO-DMT to us, she described it as getting to like 0 point, getting to source energy. And that's exactly what it was like for me. When I did it, like I said, we did it outside in a very intentional setting and in a very intentional way, where we were sitting out underneath trees on little tapestries. And essentially what happens is, so one person goes at a time, and the practitioner kind of cleanses your energy, recites some mantras, if you will, and then from there you smoke the 5-MeO-DMT, the frog venom, or the toad venom, I should say. And then after that, it's almost like lights out. You kind of just fall back and you lay back, and it just kind of takes over you. For me, it was a very overwhelming experience. I remember kind of like feeling like I had forgotten to breathe because everything was so intense all at one time that I was just in this immense state of holy shit. Like I did say holy shit out loud because the experience was just so incredibly intense. I've experienced regular DMT before, and regular DMT was quite a visual experience for me. Whereas this experience was much more of a feeling of sorts. It was much, it just blew everything I've ever done, anything else, completely out of the water. As I mentioned, when I first started to feel it, I felt very overwhelmed and almost like I forgot to breathe, but there is some kind of awareness still to you. You're not completely out cold or anything, and I was able to remind myself to breathe, and from there I started to take very deep belly breaths while I was experiencing Bufo. And like I said, it wasn't really a visual experience at all. It was more so a feeling, but I also could feel and almost see where I was in line with source energy. How I might best describe it is, you know how you see like neurons and everything, kind of like multiple neurons and how there's pathways to each neuron, and then I guess in the same fashion galaxies are the same way as well, or universes. If you see like a detailed version of a galaxy or a universe, there's all like these big clumps of them, but then there's lines and things that connect them all together. And what I felt during this experience was that connection. I felt almost like I was a synapse, or I was at the heart of my own universe. I just felt such immense energy coursing through me. I felt like I was completely connected to source, or God, or however you might want to describe or label it. It was such a beautiful experience, and I can see that for me, I am somebody who believes in not necessarily God in a religious aspect, but God in a source aspect, that we all come from somewhere, and that there's some kind of infinite divine source that makes everything what it is today. And I can imagine that if I didn't have that kind of idea going into this, if I was maybe atheist or whatever it might be, that this would have been a confirmation for me that yes, there is more to this than what meets the eye. Yes, there is something we all return to and come from when we die, and then when we come back on Earth. And through this experience of 5-MeO-DMT, that's exactly my understanding now, is that we're not alone, that after life, there is no heaven or hell kind of aspect to it. You just return to source, you return to source energy. It's from that source energy that we come back to life. This 5-MeO experience was more of a memory, like a memory of where I came from and what I truly am. It felt really beautiful as well to have my friend Keely facilitating this, because she brought such a lovely feminine energy to it. We are very close, Keely and I are, and at one point when I was really starting to kind of like come back after the experience, but I was still kind of there, Keely laid down next to me, and it felt just very comforting. And I could feel like a motherly energy coming from her, which really helped to make my experience that much more beautiful. For anybody who knows and who's been following me for a long time knows, I have a negative relationship with my mother. And so to have Keely's energy there and that motherly feeling emanating from her felt really, it helped to almost kind of unleash some of the pain that I have surrounding my experiences with my mother. And when Keely did lay down next to me, I felt a lot of love, and I also had a big energetic release where I cried a lot. And it wasn't necessarily like tears of upset, fear, anything like that. It was just more so tears of joy and tears of letting go of energy that no longer serves me anymore. 5-MeO-DMT was an incredible experience, unlike anything I've ever experienced before. And I've experienced quite a lot of entheogens, from ayahuasca, DMT, mushrooms, to ibogaine, and even MDMA and LSD. So I can't really put into words. I feel like this video isn't even doing the experience justice, because I don't even know how you can explain it. When I came out of it for like the first 2 days, I had no idea how to even put it into words. And I guess my partner put it the best way. My partner, Max, said it felt like a cosmic orgasm. And I guess you could say that, minus the release. There was nothing weird like that happened, but you just feel complete bliss and totally in touch with source energy. And it's a beautiful experience that I feel that most people should experience in their lifetime, if they are in the right state of mind to do so. So if you are looking to do 5-MeO-DMT, I thoroughly recommend that you do your own research to see, for one, if it's right for you, and then two, look into a safe practitioner, because there are some practitioners who practice in unethical ways and have some kind of shady ways about sharing the medicine with people. And as Keely has said as well, if your practitioner who is offering the medicine to you hasn't necessarily done the work on themselves to clear themselves and to kind of get more in line and centered, then when you are going through the process yourself, 9 times out of 10, what you are going to be experiencing is the energy of the practitioner as well. So you're not only dealing with your own energy going into it, but you are dealing with the practitioner's energy as well. So as I said, you want to do your own research, and then you really want to thoroughly investigate the practitioner that you're working with to be sure that there's somebody who's kind of walking the path and who has done the work to be a better human being, and who goes about it in ethical ways as well, because some people also harvest the toad venom in ways that don't necessarily align with what I feel is right. So if you found this video helpful, I encourage you to like, comment below, subscribe to my channel, and also please know that I recently came out with an ebook called Safe Travels that discusses how to have a safe and incredible experience with magic mushrooms. If you are interested in learning all about how to take magic mushrooms, where to get them from, how to dose safely, how to have an enjoyable experience, how to ingest them, all of that stuff and so much more, go to my description below, or please check out mushroomebook.com to get your copy. Thank you guys so much for watching this. Also, if you feel compelled to support via Patreon, I would also appreciate that as well. You can find me through Kelly Hanner on Patreon. So thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.